Right, thank you for staying with us. And as promised, I want us to talk about the film production and film animation in the country so far since independence. Where are we? Since the whole technology came into the country and people actually knew animation, where are we literally in the country? And right in studio, Naftan Mugira, the CEO of Naftunes Productions. I'll definitely let you introduce yourself more, all the hands that you have. Sometimes I always have people here and they tell me, but they do know what's Tano. Me, I'm also a singer, and this guy just does something differently. So who is Mugira?
My name is Naftan Mugira. I'm the film, how do I put it? I'm the animation guru. That's what they call me. Because I'm the first guy to have first class in animation in Kenya. I graduated from Malimita University. I had 3 points with A. So I'm the animation guru. So I've done animation, I've done UN animations. I was in South Africa. Now I'm doing my master's in South Africa. So, like literally, the next thing that we want to do in this animation, we want to get to a different level.
But what's that kind of level? Because when you look at, even in Kenya, do you feel like we're there? Since you graduated back then, you're telling me around 2015 there, since then you've done all this, but then we as Kenya, the film production industry, are we there yet to actually tell the international scene and people out there you can actually watch our movies, our films, by animated films and movies?
Literally, this week I was watching Andrew Kagea. He's a good friend of mine. He's the guy who has just done the first Kenyan animated film. I can benchmark ourselves with him, but we are not yet there.
I saw that post. I'm yet to see the
film is cool. Yeah, I was in the cinema. I watched the movie and everything. We are good friends. Andrew Kagea, Tina Kagea, we are cool friends. DNA, that's a family. It's an art family. That's an art family. The same way we're another family from the other side. Yeah, Tina Kagea, Andrew Kagea, they're the art family. So I just say the film was done well. But what I can tell Kenyans, we have to up our scale up,
Where are we missing though?
The best thing is, and I can really criticize easy, Andrew didn't do it in Kenya. No, he did in the US, and then the film now is out and everything. So if it was done in Kenya, that's a different thing. You get it? All that about it. It's good that he's a Kenyan. He has done the first animated film and all those things, but it's not Kenyan. Simply because he did it in the US, and then there's all those other things. But
is it technology that we lack, or the capacity, or the people? I mean, because if you call yourself the guru of animation, that means that we do have the brains in Kenya. Is it the brains we don't have, the technology? What is it? We
have the brains, but what we lack is the technology. We lack not technology actually. What we lack is the assets to do everything. Because animation is very expensive, by the way, if you don't know.
But tell us, because that's one thing. I've always wanted to do animation, film and animation, and I've always wanted to know how much does it cost. So how much does it really cost?
Do you want me to give you my quote or somebody's quote?
for your experience. Okay. Starting before you actually start, there's a whole you come up with the idea and everything, literally everything up to the finished product. How much does it cost? Doing it in Kenya, for example.
Technically, personally, you are a client now. I'm talking to you as a client, right? Animation.
Probably I'll be a client very soon.
Don't worry. So there is, animation is very broad. We have motion graphics, we have 2D and we have 3D. If I'm going to do for you for a 3D animation advert, I'll charge you 5,000 per second.
5,000 per second?
Yeah. Right. And normally adverts are done in 15, 30, 45 and 6 seconds. Do your math. And then if you're doing 2D, that's 2,500 per second. And then if you're doing motion graphic, just text and all those things, I'll charge you 1,500 per second. Yeah.
So basically, do you feel like we as Kenyans, we can't really afford that?
Personally, I can frankly say most of my clients are not even Kenyans. Yeah.
So when you quote to them such an amount, you're telling them 1 second is 5,000.
Yeah.
So generally maybe they wanted a 30 seconds video and they do all that math. What's the first reaction Because normally when we go to a supermarket and or probably ukienda Gikomba and you're buying a pana, kiatu ni 500 hapana, mimi niko na 200. You really have to bargain and all that. So what's the frustration when clients, you tell them such prices? What's their reaction?
Mzee wewe bwana, tupige kitu ya nyumbani. Literally, bro, tupige kitu ya nyumbani. Alafu I'm going to spend another like 3 hours creating just one character.
You spend 3 hours creating. We're actually looking at the viewers can actually see. You tell us how long you took to make this and create this and everything about this.
Actually, what you're seeing now, this was Mastercard project, and then for this Mastercard project, I did for 3 countries. I did for Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. So it was East African project. I did it for 3 countries.
Do you do it you as Mogire, or do you have like a whole team that supports you in everything about this?
No, I have a company. It's called Naftin Productions. I have like 10 employees.
Okay, but basically my question is the idea, the whole idea and everything.
The scripting and the storyboard I do as me now.
Okay.
And then now I sit down with my guys. I tell them this is the actual project. This is the actual project. This is what I've gotten from the client, and this is what I want us to do now. So I do the storyboard for them, and then we sit down, and then now we actualize everything. Yes.
Let's talk about patent. And I think, creatives and the whole creative scene, this is one thing that, do you feel like they actually know the importance of having a patent in their work? Because looking at this, someone can actually know, and they can't take this because they know this is Mogire's work, this is Naftin's Productions work. How important is the patent?
Let me cut you short. The first point you get a client it's when you must get a client to know about patent and the rights. What most of us doesn't know is how to patent your work. You get? If you are my client now, let me say you are my client, I'll tell you, because you are paying this much, this work, I'm licensing it to you for the next 2 months. After 2 months, if you want to play it, if you want to upload it somewhere else in other channels, you want to pay me back. So that's what most of the guys don't know. So patent comes from the production manager himself. If the production manager doesn't understand about production and everything, that's where everything goes wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
And now because we've seen this particular clip and this work, I want us to take a look at another one so that I understand your work in a whole day, what entails it. Basically, let's take a look at that real quick, then we can continue.
Omondi Timon, we kijana una afford kupiga story. Yaani mamako aliuza ng'ombe ili alete ng'ombe nyingine sole, si ndio? Msichana, mwambie ulipata
90%, sir.
I will deal with you swiftly and effectively. Anyways, that is not what brought me here. Good morning, class.
Good morning, teacher.
One of you did not collect the assignment. Si mnajua sipendi mchezo, si ndio? I won't repeat myself. If you did not collect your assignment, come in front. Ni wewe?
I don't know. Mi sijui mwalimu.
Are you sure? Fatuma, count the books and tell me who did not collect their work.
It is John.
Go to the staff room. Shenzi sana.
Nataka nijirudie. He is the same kijana who hasn't submitted his homework. Kijana will dismember you, put you in a coma or put you in a coffin. You decide. I am supporting that tiny bone. Young man.
Right, that it's a whole depiction of
the Kenya schools.
When I was growing up, some deep memories then. The maths teacher just entering and you remember you haven't really done the homework. But anyway, who does the whole voiceovers? Even as you also tell us how long you reflect now for that one. How long do you take all that, the whole creativity of actually knowing that this particular face of this teacher, it will look like this and all that.
At first, you're doing something, you have to put it into yourself and then get to know the memories, how your person, everything. Actually, I'm doing a series for the Kenya schools. It's called Kanairo Schools. But literally, I'm reflecting even the zile shule za ushago kona everything.
I feel like you should really include this, the recent one where the grade 7 learners have been told you're going back to primary. Until grade 9. You imagine all that. You're being told that you know that you're going to secondary, but then you know you're going back to primary. You should really add that to your series.
So the series that I'm doing now, this for fun actually. The clip I just sprayed, we just did for fun in the studio. Okay. It was one memories. We were just taking some nyama choma there on a Friday, and then one of my animators told me, bro, si tufanye kitu ya Nairobi, like Kanairo schools, let's see how schools was. And then I actually told them, let's come with the storyboard, let's animate this thing. So for the voiceovers, I have guys who do voiceovers for me. And since I've done voiceover for quite some time, with, how do I put it? You didn't ask me where I started before I came to the industry.
Please do tell us.
So I was the production manager, Jumia, associate for Africa for 3 years. And then I left Jumia, I went to Dreamcatcher Productions. After Dreamcatcher, I went to Maisha Magic. And then after Maisha Magic, I said employment.
Not fair. You decided you want to be the boss now.
I want to be the boss now.
So I hope you're a good boss.
They can tell you.
You should have really come with one of the employees and I'll ask him, ile akando, boss ni mzuri.
Niko na mmoja anaweza kuambia hapa, boss zi.
So anyway, so far, how's the journey been? And in a day for you, how do you plan your day?
It depends. Like literally, now I'm working with the BAMBA TV. There's a TV station in Somaliland, not Somali. Get it right, Somaliland. We have Somali or Somaliland. So we have done let's say 24 episodes of their series for the kids animation. So this project has been a journey since like 2 years ago. You can imagine. So we have really equipped them. So the kids in Somaliland are watching the production that have done them for this quite a long time. So they get to know how the culture is, how the Muslims should behave and all those things. So there's a lot of things that we're doing out there, but the Kenyan cannot understand what we're doing. And then there's another project I'm doing in Canada, that's C7 channel. And then there's another project that I'm doing in the US for, it's a screen call, something that, so, at times you have those patented that, what are you asking, the area questions, I'm just saying, there's screen call, something they're doing for those guys, yeah.
It actually, just to answer what I had asked you before you get to what you see in the future of Matters Animation, do artists and the creative, do they understand the importance of patents and all this?
Most don't understand. That's why I've gone somewhere, I've gone silent. Because most of them don't understand that there's a client who will give you full rights and he pays for everything. There's a client who will pay fully, you do everything, you don't even post the video.
All right. You're quickly, because we have like 1 minute to wind up. So I think you can calculate that 1 minute, 30 seconds for your future on animation, then 30 seconds for your social media handles. Then we can call it a day.
Yeah.
So you can start with the future of animation according to you.
The future of animation is very broad because animation, like as a market where you're selling tomatoes, there's nobody who can tell you I'm selling my tomatoes 5 shillings, buy that ad. I can say that I'm selling mine at 10 shillings, you're selling yours at 5 shillings. So the future is very broad for animation. You can't decide. It's only you who cap up what you want to sell and the match that you want to sell to people.
Right.
Yeah.
The social media handles. And
the company of mine.
And yours preferably and your last ones, then we call it today.
What you can do is you can follow me at Naftins Productions as the company everywhere in all social media handles, and then personally you can follow me at Naftins Mogire.
Right.
Everywhere.
Right. Thank you for coming through. Hopefully the young and film animators and even the gurus have learned something from you. Thank you, Naftal. You're the CEO of Naftins Productions, and on behalf of everyone who made this possible, Sanik, the editor, director, Kazungu, the editor, Dorothy, and Lydia, the producers, and